Being new to the gym and wanting to build some muscle can be overwhelming for a lot of people. There is so much information out there, complicated training programs, conflicting advice, and I see how it can really confuse you. You want to just start going to the gym and make a change, but you just don't know where to start and you don't know what to do. So in this video, I'm going to take you through 5 things that you can start doing today to help you build muscle fast as a beginner in the gym. Now, I've been coaching guys these exact same things for over 4 years now, taking some beginners in the gym from newbies to looking like beasts, like my client Jack here. So I know these things work, and if you start implementing them, then you are going to make progress. And here are the 5 tips to help you build muscle fast, or as fast as possible, if you're a beginner in the gym. All right, so if you're a beginner in the gym, you can build muscle faster than a lot of people. Okay, that term newbie gains is true. It's a real thing, and it really does happen. All right, and when you start out lifting, if you've never kind of lifted weights consistently before, or you've never really got into a good routine with the gym where you're lifting, you're comfortable, you're confident in there, then you can literally, if you start training well, you start training properly, you can build muscle faster than a lot of people. Okay, when you are completely new. And this video, we're going to go through the ways that you can take advantage of this. And the first thing to know is we need to know what muscle growth is and how it is done, okay? And when you break down all the science, when you break down all the complex things, I'm going to put it nice and simply, it all comes down to consistently getting stronger over time, all right? To build muscle, you need a stimulus for your muscles to grow, and that is going to come from lifting weights in the gym. All right, and when you lift weights in the gym, we want to continually give our body that stimulus so it can grow and build more muscle. And we do that by looking to get stronger over time, giving it more load in terms of the weights that you're lifting, or increasing the amount of reps you can do on a certain load over time. You are telling your body to adapt so it can build more muscle, right? So knowing this information, all you need is this. You need a way to stay consistent with your training so that you can actually keep it up for the long term. Because even though you can build muscle faster than most people, it's still going to be a slow process. And it's probably going to be a little bit slower than you think as well, right? The second way is a way to progress and a way to get stronger, all right? So that's with your training in the gym and the things that you're doing in the gym. We need a method in place that can allow you to get stronger over time, all right? And the third one is a way to eat right for muscle growth. We don't want to be starving ourselves. We want to be consuming enough calories and enough protein that we can actually grow muscle. It's going to support that muscle growth and allow you to make this progress, all right? And that's it. So the aim with these tips is to give you ways to put these 3 things in place so that you can build muscle and you can get stronger over time. All right? So the first tip, and the first thing we're going to go through is that less is more, okay? Most beginners in the gym, they try and do way too much early on, all right? And what you probably find is you'll find a program or something online or something that you found on YouTube, and you'll try and stick with that. But the problem here, and the problem is what happens is that it's never realistic for you, okay? You end up going with a program that's kind of fit for a bodybuilder, all right? Or you're doing 5-6 days a week in the gym. And what happens is this leads you to end up hating the gym because you think it's too hard at first. The body's too sore, there's too much volume, too many exercises in there, things that you're not comfortable with. And you end up despising the gym because every time you go in, it's super hard and there's so much you feel like you need to do, okay? And the truth is you don't need to be training like a bodybuilder when you start out. And doing less sometimes is more, all right? For most beginners, less is going to be more. And with my team, with my clients, I always start people out. The people who are new to the gym, I'll start them out on 3 sessions a week. That's it. That is it. All they need is 3 sessions a week. If we're training properly, if we're progressing over time, 3 sessions a week in the gym is all you'll need as a beginner. And when you are ready, then we can introduce more. But firstly, we want to be able to build that consistency. All right? Number 2 is that when you have consistency, it's always going to be perfection. All right? So I'm going to run through a few things. The things that you don't need to do and the things that you want to focus on instead. So most beginners, they get to the gym, they'll worry too much about things that don't really matter to them in that moment, all right? Like having the perfect nutrition and a macro splits, all right? You need to have X amount of protein, X amount of carbs, X amount of fats, X amount of calories, way too much information, don't know what's going on, and then you end up quitting. Yeah, too much information. We don't need that. Supplements and shakes. We don't need to be worrying about what supplements you're taking. You don't need to worry about protein shakes, things like that right now. It doesn't really matter too much until you can get a grasp, until you can be consistent, okay? Complicated training plans. As I mentioned on the first tip, having a super complicated training program that's having you in the gym all of the time doing complex exercises that you don't understand, we don't need it. And the last one is your pre and post workout nutrition. Things like that don't matter too much to you. I don't worry about them too much. You probably shouldn't either right now, okay? And so the things we want to focus on instead is going to be the following, right? So one, sticking with the gym, actually having a program and actually having something in place that you can be consistent with and that you can stick with for a long period of time, all right? It doesn't need to feel like hell all the time. It doesn't need to feel like a struggle, because that's when most people will fall off, okay? If it's something that you're relying on your willpower to keep up with, then again, it's not going to be something that you can maintain for the long run. So we need a program, and we need a way that you can stick to the gym consistently over time, right? We want to be able to train hard. It's the second thing. So when we are in the gym, we want a way that you can actually train hard, that you can push and you push yourself in the gym, you can work hard and you can progress on your exercises. Because if we're thinking about getting stronger over time and lifting more weight, then we need a way to push hard in the gym so we can produce that, we can stimulate that. Yeah. The next thing is eating enough overall food. All right. Now, I'm going to touch on this a little later on, but if we want to build muscle optimally, we need to be eating optimally for that. And it doesn't mean shoveling food down left, right, and center and eating thousands more calories than you need to. It's just about eating enough protein and enough calories that is going to give you the best chance of building muscle in the gym. Right? And the last one is nailing the basics. So when you're in there, nailing your program, being comfortable on your exercises, lifting with good form and good technique, and these things will come with consistency when you practice them. So we don't need to worry about being perfect with things. We just need to worry about being consistent, right? And when you're new, you're going to progress fast anyway, right? So by focusing on the fundamentals, one, you're not going to be overwhelmed by all the information on there. Your training is going to feel a bit more fun because it's more doable for you, and you're going to enjoy that process more, which is again going to lead into you having more consistency for the long run. All right. Number 3, follow a program and stick with it, right? The problem, and the big problem that most guys make, is that they worry about the training programs too much, okay? Doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be something that you can sustain and stick with, right? So with my clients, I would give them something like this, and this is what I'd usually go for. Again, it needs to be adapted around the lifestyle. It needs to be adapted around their experience in the gym, and obviously the gym that they train at too, and the equipment that's in there. But I would go with something like this. I'd have 3 days a week, and I'd have an upper body day, a lower body day, and a full body day, all right? So with my team, obviously I'm picking the exercises, I'm picking their programs when they're working with me, but obviously you're not working with me right now, so I can't do that for you, right? So a way to do this yourself is within this structure and within this framework of upper body, lower body, and full body, pick exercises that you feel comfortable with and you can get used to. Even if that means getting to the gym, spending a bit of time, going through some of the machines and working them, and just getting used to them. The machines that you're comfortable with and you're comfortable with going on, use them. That's fine. So you're going to pick the exercises that you feel comfortable with and that you can get used to. And the more you do these exercises, the more you'll learn over time, all right? So with your program, you want to find some upper body exercises that you can stick with and you're comfortable with, lower body exercises that you can stick with and you're comfortable with, and then a little bit of both to mix in together with your full body day. I pick 4 to 6 exercises per session. Don't worry about hitting all the body parts. Don't worry about anything like that. Remember, you're completely new to the gym, and the more you do these things, the more experience you get, the more you will learn over time. So just focus on being consistent. Pick a program, pick some set exercises to do, rinse and repeat them, and make sure you feel comfortable with them so you can progress, all right? And then after that, the next one is obviously stick with it, right? Don't just pack it in for a few weeks. I want you to think about months instead. I want you to be able to stick with this for at least 4 or 5 months, right? And if you can hit them 3 sessions each week, 4 to 5 months, and you're able to push and progress on them exercises, there is no reason why you can't build muscle, all right? It is a long game, okay? Number 4, as you might have seen when I clicked on it, is learn your lifts and then get stronger, okay? So when you're in the gym, first thing I want you to do is learn how to use the equipment. Don't worry about the progressions just yet. Learn how to use the equipment first. You don't have to master it. You don't have to be a pro. You're not going to look silly, I promise you that, but I just want you to get in there and get used to it. Get used to the machines that you're using. Get used to the dumbbells that you're using. Get used to the exercises that you want to do. And once you are used to these, then we can get stronger on them, all right? So if you're on a chest press, you're not sure what on earth is going on, spend a bit of time first, keep the weights lighter, and just get used to the machine and how it works. The more you do it, the more used to it you're going to get, the better you're going to get at using the machine. So get on the machines, just get used to it, get comfortable with it, and then you can look to push more weight and get stronger with these over time, all right? And to do this, we want to start increasing the weights. So if you get to your last set, you do 3 sets of 10 or whatever, you get to your last set, it's looking a little bit easy. Next week, you can up the weights and try a little bit more. You can really focus on pushing hard on your last sets and really kind of giving it a lot of effort so you're struggling towards the end. And then you can start to look for all the improvements on the exercises that you can do, whether you can go up in weight, whether you can try for more reps, or whether you can push harder. All right? Number 5 is food and protein. Now, I saved this one for the end because here I'm talking about building muscle effectively. Okay, if you want to lose fat as well, then this is a separate goal. If you want to lose body fat and get leaner, I would separate the two at first, and I would firstly probably focus on losing the fat. Okay, I'd get into the gym and obviously lift weights, but focus on losing the fat first. All right, and when you do this, the overall calories are going to change. The protein will stay the same and the amount of protein that you have, but the overall amount of calories are going to change over time. So when I'm saying this here, I'm talking about building muscle effectively. Focus on this. Right, number 1, eat enough calories to slowly maintain or slowly increase your body weight, all right? And a super easy way to do this is with my guys, obviously, I calculate their calorie intakes and the protein intakes based off the height, the weight, their age, and their activity levels, all right? But again, I'm not here to do this for you right now. So what you can do is you can go online, you can find a calorie calculator online, and you just input your stats, your height, your weight, your age, your rough activity level, and it will give you a number to try and follow, okay? Now, this is going to be a rough estimate. It might change over time, but you'll base this off how your body weight adjusts and how your body weight moves from eating them calories. If your body weight's really flying up, then okay, the calories might be too high, you might want to drop them a bit. If the body weight's coming down, then obviously it's not what we want, we can increase the calories, yeah? So kind of find a number, find the baseline estimate that the calorie calculator will give for you, and then you can kind of track and stick with that and adjust based off what data is saying, all right? The next thing is eat 1 gram per pound of body weight each day. So if you weigh, we're in the UK, so we kind of weigh things in kilograms. So if you weigh 90 kilograms, times this 90 by 2.2, and that'll give you your body weight in pounds. And then we want to aim to eat maximum 1 gram per pound of that body weight per day, right? Now, the optimal way is 0.7 to 1 gram, but to keep it on the higher side and to make things a little bit more simple for you and also help you kind of make sure you're hitting them levels, aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein a day. If you weigh 150 pounds, 150 grams a day. Yeah, keep it nice and simple. And lastly, again, stay consistent with this. So we don't want to be on your diet or on the amount of food you eat for a few days and you're missing days here and there, you can't be bothered some days, you go fully off track some days. We want to aim to really stay consistent with this and give it time, because at the end of the day, muscle building is the long game. It's going to take time. It's probably going to take longer than you think. But if you can do all these 5 tips, get them in place with your lifestyle, get them in place with your schedule, and again, like we go back to at the start, we find something that is a way to stay consistent, a way to progress and get stronger, and a way to eat right for muscle growth. And if you can stick with this for a long period of time, there is no reason why you can't build any muscle. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this one, I'm gonna leave another video at the top. And in this one, I go through 5 of the biggest mistakes in fitness that every beginner should stop making if they wanna make results, okay? I'll leave it right up there for you to watch, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.